Hello friends and welcome back. In this video we will be having the solution of problem E of round 636. It was a good problem based on graphs and BFS. So basically the problem name is weights distributing. So first of all, I will explain the problem statement, what the problem actually says by explaining one case. Then after that, we will move on to the approach, how to approach and how to think for the solution of this problem. And at last, I will explain you the code. So yeah, let's start. First of all, we will have our t. Here it is 2. So I will explain the case 2. It is much like bigger one. So okay, so first of all we will having 7 9 1 5 and 7. This is n number of nodes, or you can say number of vertices. It is m number of edges. It is a, it is b, it is c. These are the number of the nodes A, B, C. I will explain you what are the nodes A, B, C, but these are some specific nodes A, B and C. And after that we will be having 9 PIs. These 9 PIs, or you can say for every edge we will have an amount we will call pay. So we will having 9 amounts. It is 2, 10, 4, 8, 5, 6, 7, 3 and 3. So these are basically pays, or you can say the 9 amounts, or you can say the amounts of the pays which will be later we will put it on the edges. Okay, then after that, to actually make a graph, we will be having these M, U and V, because actually you know for a graph we need a U and V. For that particular edge we need 2 vertices. So we will be having 1, 2, 1, 3. Okay, so I should zoom a bit. Yeah, it is much better. So for 1 and 3, then we have 1 and 4, 3 and 2, 3 and 5, 4 and 2, 5 and 6, 1 and 7, 6 and 7. So fast and quick, I will make the graph of it. So it will be something like this: 7, 1, 3, 5, 6, and then, oh sorry, here there is no graph edge. Then we have 2. Okay, so now as I earlier spoke about, it is the graph. We use it. We use the n, which is number of vertices, m number of edges. Okay, now what about A, B and C? So A, it is A. Okay, B is 5, it is 5, B, and C is 7, it is C. So actually what we need to do is that we need to go from A to B to C. Understanding? We need to have this. We need to go from A to B to C. Okay, so to go from A to B to C, what we need to do is that we need to go from A to B to C. So by moving from A to B to C, we need to have the minimum. We need to put this minimum pays on these paths, so that if it goes from A to B to C using the optimal path, then it should be minimum. The basically pay should be minimum. So what I will basically do is that I will have my minimum path over here. And how can I have it? I will choose some, see, you can see the minimum path, and I will choose this. So what we can do is that I will choose this for this, for this and for this. I will choose 4 minimum vertices or pays, which is 2, 4, 3 and 3. So I will write 2, I write 3, 3 and 4. Okay, so yeah, and at last I have to output the total cost which I am getting. here it is 4 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2 equal to 12. Now you will say, Aryan, for this graph you said it very easily, but how about for the other graphs? So now see, the basic intuition which you are having is that I will always opt for the minimum pace in the path. Suppose I am not sure about what the path, it should be anything, but a path from A to B and a path from B to C. Okay, I will have minimum value of pace here so as to get the minimum answer. But how about to arrange this on this graph? Because actually I have to arrange it on this graph so as to get the minimum answer. So what I will do is that, see, if for by chance, if we had something like this, A, suppose we had number of here, it is the number of other nodes also. Suppose it is here is C, and then we have this, suppose some nodes, and then we have B. So actually we have to go from A to B then to C. Okay. Oh, now Aryan, if I had put the minimum here, minimum paths here, then the more the paths which are more than his, it is counting again and again. Understanding? So yeah, but how about let's think of some more like big thing. So let's make a big graph. Okay, very random big graph. I don't know what I'm making, but I'm making a very big and random graph. Okay, something, let's stop now, it's too much. Yeah, so let's suppose it is A, it is B, it is C. So we have to anyhow go from A to B and after that to C. Okay, so if I go from A to B, then to C. So if I go from A to B, let's suppose, so I go from if I go from here, then first of all I will have two options. Either I will go from here using this path, using this edge, or I will opt for a new edge. But actually, as I spoke earlier, that I will use minimum edge here, then it is for sure that the edge here will be not smaller, it will be instead it will be bigger than the edge used here. So I don't want to use bigger edge. So what I will do is that I will use the path here and I will place the other minimum edges here. Okay, so it is like you can see the basic intuition is that we will have an edge, we can have a vertex D here, so that from A I will move to D, from D I will move to B, from B I will move to D, from D I will move to C. Now you will say, Aryan, what about this example? See, if I replace my D with C, so you can see from A to C, from C to B, and then back to C. Understanding? CC, it will overlap. So you can clearly see that I should zoom out back. Yeah. So you can clearly see that we will have a node D to whom we need to have minimum path. Okay, so the basic intuition which we got up till now is that we will choose for a node from A, a node D which is has the minimum path. For the node B, I will choose for node D which has the minimum path. For the node B, I will choose for node D which has minimum path. For node C, I will choose for node D which has minimum path. And the node D for which the answer becomes minimum, we will take that answer. Understanding? So what I need to do is that I need to go from a node A to a node D so that it is something minimum. I go from node B to node D so that it is something minimum. I go from node C to node D so that it is something minimum. But how I will do it? I will do this with the help of BFS. Now you will say, how Aryan, how about the logic of BFS here? See, I will have three arrays, okay, named DA, DB, DC, or you can say three vectors DA, DB, DC. In these DA, DB, DC, I will update or I will store the minimum length of edges, the minimum number of edges to that point. Because see, for every node I will iterate from A, I will iterate to every node of the graph. From B I will iterate to every node of the graph. From C I will iterate to every node of the graph to find out the actual minimum value. But how about actual minimum value? So first of all, I need to find out the minimum number of nodes to that point D. See, because if I get the minimum number of nodes, then I will place my minimum pace in that minimum nodes to get the minimum answer. Understanding? I will place my minimum pace in that minimum number of nodes to get the minimum answer. And to get the minimum number of edges to the point, I will use BFS. Now you will ask, how about BFS? See, I will explain here. So I will start from suppose node A. Then for the node, this node, it is having only one edge, so it is 1. It is having one edge, it is 1. It is having, suppose now it is also connected and it is also connected. Suppose, okay. So now it is also having this, so it will be 2. You understanding? Here I start from 0, then I add 1, then I add 1, then it is, first of all, we are doing BFS, so we are using actually optimal path, because BFS has a property that it uses the shortest path because it moves through every path. So it will update 2 as well, it update 2 as well, it will update 2 as well. In the next iteration, as it is already visited, so it will not go, here it will go, it will update 3. So we will have that, okay, for the particular node this, it has one edge, for the particular node this, it has one edge. So when I update this edge, I will update with the pace. But now you will ask, Aryan, if this edge is 2, so I have to update the value this and this, so I have to update both the values. So if we have n vertices, so I have to write for n, so it will give TLE. So to reduce this, we need to have the prefix array. Now what this prefix array will do is that, see, as in the stated question, I had my pace as 2, 10, 4, 8, 5, 6, 7, 3 and 3. Okay, I will have a prefix array. Okay, yeah. So initially it is 0. When I have no, when I have no node, 0 node, then the profit also, or you can say the pay is 0. When I had one node, see, basically 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. These are the indexes. And as in the prefix, we store this like this: 0 plus 2, 4. It is 12. It is 16. Then and move on. Okay. So it shows that, what it shows is that up till, if I have only one edge, then the maximum pay it is 2. If I had 2 edge, then the pay will be in total 12. If I had 3 edge, then in total it will be 16. So I can relate this by this is that for 1 edge it will be 2, for 2 edge it will be 12, and for similarly here for 3 it will be 16. So in just O of one time I am able to find out actually. See, first of all, I had my number of edges. What is the minimum number of edges to reach at that point? I used BFS for this, and to find out what is the minimum pay so as to get the one edge only, I use my prefix array. And finally what I will do is that using this prefix array and this BFS, I will have my answer. Now how I will have my answer? I will see, actually what I needed to have is that I need to have the minimum value from A to D, then D to B, then B to D, and then D to C. So A to D, okay, one thing. B to D, okay, one thing. D to C, okay, one thing. But actually it is repeating B to D. So the first thing in our mind should be that the minimum weight should be first of all placed here in B to D range, and after that the other weight should be placed in this. Okay, so for that I will have my prefix of this from B to D, from D, B of the particular I will iterate from every I, means from I equal to for every edge I mean, sorry, for every node I mean, from I equal to 0 to I is less than n. Then I will have my prefix of PB of I. It indicates that for the particular edge, if I have the length, if I have the number of edges, here see, it states that for particular node, the particular edge has how many number of edges up till from starting from B. Then if I have these number of edges, then what will be the pay here? It gives me this pay plus prefix of dA of I plus dB of I plus dC of I. Now you will ask why this? Because actually here the order will not matter basically, because actually you have to add all. So it will give that for that particular I, what is the minimum number of you can say edges for the particular I from A. It gives the minimum number of edges from B. For this particular I, it will give the minimum number of edges from C. And these are the total number of edges which we wanted. So for these number of edges which we wanted, we will have a prefix value which will state the actual cost which we wanted. So I guess, okay, it was not completely visible. So now it is completely visible. So for that particular this, I need my prefix, which means the pay. Then at last I will add my pay. I will add my both the pays. So I guess now it is for sure that it was clear. Now I will move on to the the code, and from the code you will get to know it much better. So here in the starting, first of all I had my T, then I had my N, M, A, B and C as I stated in the explanation. Then I reduced the value of A, B and C because actually it is starting from 1, but actually I have to start from 0, because so I reduce every value of node which it gives me. Then I have my pays array, or you can say prices array for this. As I have to place these prices on my edges, I input my prices array. Then I sort, because actually I want the minimum prices array in the beginning. Then I have my prefix array to make the prefix of the prices array. I made my prefix of the prices array. Then I had initialized my global vector graph, vector of vectors. I initialize my vector of vectors as n to make it array of vectors, or you can see vector of vectors with a fixed size of n for the vector length. And then I had my graph, means I input two vertices u and v, and then I made a graph for it. Then it is simple basically how a graph is made. Here also I reduce the value because actually, as I stated above also, that I need the 1 minus 1 thing. Then I have my 3 arrays, or you can say 3 vectors, dA, dB and dC. All these of length n, because actually we have n vertices. All those have marked as infinity. Okay, because actually initially all of them will be maximum, and I need to have the minimum number of edges from starting from A to that particular node, minimum number of edges starting from B to the particular node, minimum number of edges starting from C to the particular node. Then I run my BFS. Now I will explain on the BFS code. The BFS code is nothing very simple. First of all, I will update my D of the source node, because actually if I am starting from A, then D of A will be 0 because it is a starting node. Then I had my queue, the standard queue which is used in BFS. Then I push my source node in the queue. Until the queue is empty, I will have my front element of the queue. I will first of all, if I had my front element, then it is no longer required in the queue, and so I will pop it out from the queue. Then I will iterate through the child in the adjacency list of this graph of this node, which is the source node. Then if it is infinity, only then I will update it, because it is the first thing in the BFS that we want the optimal path. And for the optimal path, what we need is that we need to not visit it again, because actually we have visited it. So the main thing which it indicates is that if it is not visited, which means if the child is infinity, means it is not visited until now. So I will update my child with the father node, which is node plus 1, and I will push my child into the queue. Now it will give me the whole answer of this array or this vector D. Then from this I will call from A, from B and from C for every node. Okay, so it will update DA, DB and DC vectors. Then at last I will have my answer long, as a long. Then I will iterate for every node I will iterate. See, it is the condition that it might happen that I also have the last nodes also, but actually what I need is that I need to have the nodes so that the length of all the edges, the length of the sum of all the edges length, number of edges should be less than equal to m, because actually it is not possible to go beyond m, because it is the number of edges which we have, and it is also number of edges in total. So it is not possible to go beyond m. Then I have my answer, which is the minimum of answer, because actually I want the minimum answer. And as I showed in the explanation, I will have my prefix of dB of I indicates the node, this dB indicates the number of edges, and this prefix indicates the total price for those number of edges, Then I also have my another plus prefix of dA plus dB plus dC, because as I showed in the explanation, if you're not getting this, then please see the explanation, it is just before this. And then at last I will have my minimum answer and I will output my answer. So I guess this graph question was clear to you. I think the question E was much easier than question D, but yeah, whatsoever. So if you like this explanation, then please hit the like button, and if you want to see more such things, then please subscribe, and yeah, see you in the next video. Bye.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's